good day, people. What's good? What's good? Back again. Yeah, back again. I'm back again today. I'm doing the preview, guys. As you know, the European 2024 Championships is underway, and the competition is getting thick. It's enjoyable, lots of fun to watch, lots of good matches played, and there's lots more to be played, guys. As we look at the new matches that are happening today, Sunday, there are 3 matches to be played, and they're going to be featuring, Poland versus the Netherlands at 3 p.m., just under 45 minutes away. Slovenia plays Denmark at 1800, which is 6 p.m. Guys, and Serbia takes on England in the primetime match of the day at 9 p.m. And we can get all this coverage right here on my channel, as well as Football Power Hour, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get into the show as we talk about the first match up on the order, guys. What's happening? And of course, there's some transfer breaking news that's coming in about Manchester United and a lot of players that you're probably going to see in the next game that's upcoming. Get into the show, guys. Get your comments in. Smash those likes and subscribe. It's your boy, MarkN, MUFC Fan, with the preview show for the Euros 2024 edition. Guys, let's bring this to the stage. Let's bring it to the stage, guys, so you can see what's happening live right now as the countdown going on. I'm going to bring up, the match of the day, Group D competition, Poland versus the Netherlands, guys. What are your thoughts in the comments? Big teams in the world of football, I would say they're both definitely in the top 10 of what they could be seeing. And let's see what the lineups are saying, guys, because the lineups are out. And let's see what's going on. It's happening in the Volpark Stadium in Hamburg. It's 19 degrees with possibly the rain. The humidity is 66% with a wind of 17 kilometers. The referee is Arthur Suarez Diaz, and that's what we have to offer right now. Let's check the starting lineup with the updates. Let's see who starts, what's going on here. And for Poland, starts Szczesny in goal, Bednarek on the left back, Salomon in the center, and Kiwior is on the right side. Frankowski would play on the left of midfield. Captain Zelensky is in the middle of the park. Romanchuk is there. Swoliski is there. Urbanski is there. Buksa is there, as well as Szymanski. Guys, it's going to be a strong lineup from the Poland team. I don't see any signs of Robert Lewandowski in the starting lineup, but as you know, Poland, they always have these players that are breaking through in these tournaments. As we look at the Netherlands team, there's Cody Gakpo on the left wing with Memphis Depay. Xavi Simons starts up front, wearing that number 7, sort of gives you that feel that, it might be true, the reports that he might be coming to Manchester United. And as I go in that, my buddy Alien has been mentioning shortly that there is a bid, 50 million going in for Xavi Simons by Manchester United, and there are reports that PSG are ready to accept. Big up, guys, joining. Let me drop the link in the comments. Sachiv, I know if you want to come in, you can come in. Pete, I see you're there. Big up with you, halftime for Vegeta. I don't think your team is playing today, bro, but if you want to come in and give your thoughts on the lineups and the possible outcome of this game, don't be afraid, bro. Big up to you. Hey, you, Miss Sky. Thank you so much for the like. Big up, welcome for joining us, and big up to you, J United. What's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day. Lewandowski got kicked real bad in his last game for Poland. A chance he won't play at all in this competition. Thanks for that update, Charlie. I was just about to check that to see what's going on. Yeah, Jay, I was always interested in Xavi. We were interested in over the last summer. There were reports that Ten Hag wanted to get him into the midfield, but we opted for Mason Mount, which was twice the price, which was shocking for me. But a lot of fans, if you know, Xavi Simons should have been the guy we went in for at time. Guys, what are your thoughts? Peter coming in. Let's hear what Peter has to say. Big up, my bro. What's going on? Are you
Hi
enjoying
guys,
the Euros?
how you doing?
Chilling, broski.
Come on. I don't want Xavi Simons to have a good game because it'll drive his price up, Mark. You know what I mean?
100%.
This is the problem with the Euros, isn't it? If players ball, the prices go up exponentially, don't they? That's the problem. But,
Exponentially.
you know, what's interesting is we've made a move early for him. Yeah. Now,
100%.
listen, I mean, apparently Arsenal and even Manchester City, from what I'm gathering, looking at him as well. But we've got the ultimate bargaining chip. If we really want Simmons, we could say to PSG, give us Xavi Simmons and 30 million, and you can have Marcus Rashford.
Why not?
Thank you.
That
Done
sounds
deal.
pretty good to me. You know what
You
I'm
know what I'm
saying?
saying? So there's a deal there to be done. So hopefully, I know Jay said there, told you, Mark, we'd go for Xavi Simmons. Jay, I've been talking about Xavi Simmons for the last 3 years, mate. Seriously, I knew that when he was a
100%.
kid that he was going to be a baller, that lad. And it's a
100%.
shame that we couldn't get him and keep Mason Greenwood with him as well, because I think that would be sweet up front for us. Really would. But
Yo, it would have been
I'll make
interesting,
do with getting Simmons. We've got to get him first, obviously, but you know.
obviously.
I'm a bit looking at that Dutch team, Mark, yeah. Memphis Depay as a number 9. Poof.
I mean, Memphis Depay, I mean, he's been in good goal scoring form of late.
Yeah,
So it's one of those things where it's really interesting to see what he does. I mean, he was at United, former United player, former Red.
yeah,
A lot of fans might have varying opinions on him. I think, he's a very good player. I think maybe, I don't know if it was too soon or he wasn't in the right environment to help him develop in the way he should
yeah,
have. So it didn't work out for him. But these things happen in football, and there's so many different players, so many different talents, so many different mentalities, and the way the game, different players view the game and what they need from a team and the
yeah.
environment and the coach. So it's a mix. You have to always try to balance for
I,
what
want,
and for who and how it impacts. It's just going to be a long one.
I mean, they're playing 4-4-3-3, the Dutch.
Mm.
I'm wondering why he's not playing Frankie de Jong. Is he injured or?
Yeah, Frankie De Jong picked up an injury. He's not even in the
Right.
squad. I think he went home injured and they brought in that youngster to replace him.
Reinders.
Yeah, Rangers. So they're
Right.
gonna opt for a different style and how they're gonna play in order to support that. I think you're gonna see a lot of overlapping from Nathan Aki and Denzel Dumfries. You're
Yeah.
also gonna see Tijani Rangers go forward a lot. So I think Joe Veerman and Jody Shoughton, I think they're gonna drop down into like a pivot in the center of the midfield. And Nathan Aki and Dumfries are gonna act like the right winger, the right midfielder, the left midfielder.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's going to happen in terms of how they play and set up.
You see, what I mean, what will happen there? That front three for Holland, Gapco, Depay, and Simmons, they're interchangeable, Mark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That you could see them switching wings a lot. Like you could see at one point Gapco going 9, Depay going right, Simmons going left, and vice versa. You know that line. That, like I say, that front three is quite a dynamic front three for the Dutch.
100%.
Hey,
I'm kind of excited to see this game because for me, Poland is
what's
always
up?
a strong contender.
Yeah,
And if you look at what they're going to be facing in a very compact Dutch team that is playing confident football, at least
yeah.
I could say that from the last run of games that they have, even in before the run of friendlies, they would do in the business against some of the big names. So it's one of those things where it's going to be an interesting watch. I'm pretty sure everyone watching is going to enjoy themselves, especially the neutrals like myself. Not really a huge fan of one of those teams in particular, but it's always good to watch them because they always bring a good sense of football to the game
Mm.
when they play. intensity-wise and stuff. So it's going to be interesting. So my score prediction for this game,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty close. I think it's going to be one of the highest scoring games of the tournament in terms of both teams. I think it's probably going to be like a 3-2 or a 4-2, something like that in favor of the Netherlands. But I guarantee that Poland, they're going to get on that score sheet and they might score first.
Yeah, they will do. There'll be a tough unit to break down. Poland will. Can you look at the subs, Mark? Is De Ligt on the bench?
Let me just double check. Let's double check the bench. And the substitute bench is as followed. For Poland is Lukas Skrupski, Marcin Bulka, S. Wolokwitz, Timuts Puchas, Bartosz Brzezinski, Dawodas Petrovski, and Moda. On the Netherlands bench is Wijnaldum, Ian Madsen, Daley Blind, Mickey van der Ven, Matthias de Ligt, Getruda, Flecken, and Bijlo.
Frimpong must be injured then, is he?
Yeah, I think Frimpong is injured because he was set to start, but he was not even in the starting. Oh, he's on the bench. The bench list is long.
Oh, he's on the bench. You know what I'm looking at? Mark, yeah, is he on the bench? Well, yeah, Frimpong's on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the bench. Stephen Bergwijn as well.
Yeah. I'm looking at that, the Dutch back four, and I'm wondering why he's put Nathan Aké at left back. I think Daley Blind would have been better there.
I mean, I would have started Daley Blind. I think he's the better player.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I thought he'd have been better.
The intelligence he's played the game with is something, that not a lot of players have. So it's very interesting that he's not in the lineup.
You know what he could do, Mark, there? I'll tell you what he could do with Aké, Virgin, Van Dijk. He could go 3-5-2,
That's what I'm thinking.
Because of the week, like you say, the right back, left back, they want to go forward anyway. And he could go 3 centre-backs. I think that's what he's going to do.
And you have Denzel Dumfries there who likes to get forward a lot, just like Jeremy Frimpong. So, maybe it's one of those things where they're doing something. It's the opening game. Maybe they want to try something interesting, or, maybe this is a formation they have been working on, just in case of any situations. Because as you know, all teams suffer with injuries, but it's how you react to them, how you deal with it, who comes in and how they perform. It takes you, it gives you that extra push. You know what I mean? And it's a tournament, so let's see what they do.
Go to the Polish team, Mark. I want to see who they've got in midfield, because I'm thinking if he goes 3-5-2, he wants to bottle up the midfield. Then there's someone in the Polish team that he doesn't want to let roam around. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the Polish team here. We see in
Romanowski.
I think it's Romanchuk and Zielinski. I think it's those two guys they're trying to clamp down on, because Piotr Zielinski has been performing really well for his team recently, and also Romanchuk. So I think maybe it's those two guys they're trying to clamp down. The Polish team plays a really staunch brand of football. They've always had that style. They like to come through the middle to progress the ball and then spray to the wings or try to bring the forward into the play. So they usually keep a central style of football going on. So it's one of those things, maybe trying to push them out to the wings, change the way they want to play, force them into playing a different type of way, Big up to you, GB. Good morning.
3-4-2-1.
Well. 30 minutes to kick off. Big up to you, Compo Smurf. Yeah, Yali, Xerxes on the bench. I hope he gets some minutes. I want to see what he's got live as well. I haven't really watched too much of him at Bologna. I think he's a different type of striker to Højlund, but he still offers a lot. He reminds me more of this guy at Aston Villa. What's his name again? The English forward. I keep forgetting his name. Yeah, the guy. He scored 20 goals this season again. Yeah, he reminds me of Ollie Watkins. He reminds me of that guy a lot.
Yeah.
And but so it's maybe that's what we're looking for, to have a different kind of forward. He's also a tall guy, 6'2", so pacey.
For me, I can see the Dutch winning this 3-1.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I think they're going to be. I think they've just looking at that Polish team. Jarl said there's a lot of names in that Polish team that don't spring off the page. You know what I'm saying?
I know Jakub Kiwior, he plays for
Yeah, and
Arsenal, and I know Bednarek.
Kiwior, didn't he play for Arsenal?
Yeah,
Kiwior.
he plays for Arsenal.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I know the Bednarek guy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he plays in the Prem.
yeah.
Yasin
Bendenek,
Bednarek.
yeah.
Yeah,
Bendenek,
Bednarek.
yeah.
Right, and I know Zelensky because he
I
plays in
just think they'll
Italy.
have too much for them, Mark, the Dutch. I do. You
Yeah,
look at the Dutch team, the two experience for them, personally, I
yeah,
think.
it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be an uphill battle for Poland. That game, you know,
Yeah,
for me, I expected to see more yesterday from Croatia. You know, I thought they would have gave more of a fight to Spain, but Spain, and it ended up pretty one sided. You know, and for
yeah,
me,
they did, yeah.
it's starting to feel like this game could be of something of the same, but you never know. You know, that's the thing. How the team perform on the day, because at the end of the day, it's a team game. Maybe they come up with something to
Well,
shock.
excuse me, look at Albania against Italy.
Yeah. And you know, as an Italy fan, so you know, I was shocked looking at 15
Yeah,
seconds and they was in already, in back of
yeah.
the net.
I mean, they won 2-1. This is the thing, Mark, about Italy is once they get their noses in front, they just shut the shop up, don't they? They're not
Shut the shop up.
interested in going on. You know what I mean? They've always been that way, Italy, as a footballing nation. Is as soon as we get in front, that's it. We're going to defend until you try and get past us. It's kind of boring, isn't it, really? Like, but,
In
I
a
mean,
way,
hey, if it
I
works
feel,
for you, it works for you, doesn't it?
yeah, in a way, it could be it can be boring at times, you know. But I feel like the shift a strategic. You know, what is the priority? The priority is to
Yeah,
keep the defense, and then if we get a chance, we will take it. But if we're not getting a chance, you know, we're not going to fight it. And
yeah, that's it, yeah.
sometimes it's
Well,
frustrating me, being a fan of Italian national team, but at the same time, you know what? When they win, you know, and you know they have four World Cup trophies,
well, of
four
course, yeah,
Euro trophies is
yeah.
something that they have. You know, they're
Don't tell me
proven.
about the Euros, Mark. We know what happened last time, didn't we?
Yeah, you know what I mean. But you
You
know,
know
I
what I
blame
mean?
that on Gareth Southgate. To be fair, you know, you can't
Yeah,
have, and I blame that the World Cup and the Euros on him. You can't have players in your squad who running in a rich vein of form in the tournament and put them on the bench and
yeah.
bring them on with the last 10
It's
minutes. That is just
crazy,
that's
isn't it?
insane. You know, your best informed players in the tournament should be the starters, because these are the guys that are creating it for you. These are the
These are
guys
the
that are
guys that
doing
win you the game and trophies, isn't it?
100%.
So
100%.
I think, I mean, what's good for Poland is Szczesny in goal. He's still world class for me, Szczesny. He's a good, solid goalkeeper, isn't he? You know what I mean? He's been round the block. So
Mm.
they've got no problems there with him in goal. It'll take a bit of beating.
Yeah, you
Uh,
know.
I don't know about the Urbanski. I can't remember where he plays him. His name sounds familiar. Urbanski. Without googling it, I'm trying to use
Yeah,
the
I'm not
old
sure if
brain.
it's Italy or in Spain that Obanski plays, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, you know, and this is the funny thing with these players lately. You know, a lot of these players now, you know, they play for so many different teams for
yeah,
different countries. They can never really show where they play, because some of these guys, I think, play for Atalanta. I think there's two players on this squad that plays for Atalanta. I think the striker Buxa, and I think Zelensky both play for
yeah,
Atalanta. So you know, it's going to be a decent watch at any given point. The level of football across the world, you know, it has been steadily increasing. You know, normally the teams that you expect to be amazing, they come up to
yeah,
competition against certain oppositions, and they find it difficult. And it's because the level of football has been raising,
yeah.
not
I
really
mean,
that the performance of the team, but you know.
for me, Mark, the Euros has always been like a mini World Cup.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Because a lot of the teams, you know, like England, Germany, Italy, Spain, France, and all them, they're virtually getting in the quarterfinals of the World Cup anyway, aren't they? Them type of
100%.
teams. So it's like a World Cup trial. That obviously Argentina from South America and Brazil will have something to say about that. But there seems to be more solid teams on the European side of the globe than the South American side, if you understand what I'm saying. But
100%.
I was just looking on YouTube before. There was a friendly, Luis Diaz, who plays for
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool. Apparently, there was a bit of a stinker tackle that went on, and there was a right fracas that went on. I haven't seen it. I don't know whether he done the challenge or a challenge was on him. But apparently, everything went up in air. Both teams were fighting and everything. It's like these South Americans. At least you had a good game for Argentina as well. Off topic. So
100%. So that.
good. That's good for him. He's getting some games into him, getting him up to speed because he needs them, doesn't he? So we're
Yeah,
coming along.
we're coming along, man, Peter. You know, I mean, a lot of people would look at our last season and be like, it's dead in the water. Where we could possibly be going from here. But sometimes there's so many factors that went into what happened in that playoff
Yeah.
this season. When you remove half of those things, few of those of which would be like once in a lifetime situation that probably not going to happen again altogether with what had happened. It's something where we could sit down and say, it's very possible that when we look at the end of what is happening, the be all and end all, is that we're
Yeah.
possibly going to have a much better season. It may not be like amazing, but it's definitely going to be better. And we can see from there we building a squad. These guys coming in, they're setting a standard by putting Ten Hag as manager for the next 2 years. Whether you like it or not, or you're upset about it, what it does, it sets the player power situation into
Well, the thing is, Mark, look, I'm behind Ten Hag. Like I say, I was Eric. I don't think Eric Ten Hag will be playing the type of football he done last season. I don't think Ineos will allow him to do that because for virtually 9 out of 10 times of the season, it didn't work for him, did it? But again, it's like you said, circumstances have a factor in things, don't they? Sometimes you're trying to square peg a round hole, aren't you? Because you haven't got the round pegs. So
100%.
hopefully he gets more players, which I think he will do. We've got young lads coming through, and like I say, the end of last season he changed his style, and we won every game with the change in style. So, I'll just add this little caveat on the top. A solid defence means everything in football, doesn't it?
100%.
And we never had one, did we? I think that was the problem, mostly, is we didn't have a solid back four. So hopefully that will be rectified this coming season. We'll have. It's looking like we're going to get Branthwaite. I know the fan base is a bit split by him, but believe me, I've seen him play in the flesh. He's better than what he looks on TV. He really is. You've got Willie Campbell, you've got Martinez. We'll probably keep Maguire as a backup player, which is decent. It's decent, like. Maybe we'll buy another centre back because I think we need Branthwaite and another centre back as well.
Oh, I think we need Branthwaite, another centre back, and a backup for that. Yes, better to have an extra than.
And even what, Mark? Even keep Johnny Evans.
Yeah.
Keep him. Just offer him a 1-year deal. You know what, Johnny? You're knocking on, son. That's 50 grand a week, 1-year deal. Take it. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I think he'll take that. We've got 2 experienced backups there, Maguire and Evans. And we can even play them in the Europa League games. Carabao Cup, yeah.
Europa League. We have 4 contests to fight on all fronts again next season. So we need, a squad. We need squad depth. Look at it like some of these guys will start Premier League games. Some will start. Some of those group will start the Europa League games. Some will start the FA Cup. And the ones who not start in the Premier League will start in the FA Cup, will start in the Carabao Cup, and some will start in the Europa. So
that's it. Well, the thing is, Mark, the beauty of keeping season pros, a lot of people say Johnny Evans is over the hill, but he can still play football. Okay, maybe he's not, echelon level anymore, elite level, but he can still play football. But the beauty of keeping season pros is when you play a Carabao Cup game, them seasoned pros can play, and you can put young lads with them, and they will learn from them. So you have a perfect blend of experience. Obviously, the young boys will do the legwork in the game because self-explanatory, they're younger and faster.
Mm.
But the older heads will direct them on how to conduct the game.
100%.
That's what it's all about. So, I mean, for me, I would sign Amrabat. I would lock him down, sign him, because again, he'd be perfect playing in the cup games in midfield. I mean, this is one of the problems. What we was all saying about Eric Ten Hag last season was he has a core of players that he keeps using over and over again. He needs to expand on the players he uses. You can't keep playing the same 14 players non-stop. You have to rotate. So you're going to keep, basically, what I'm looking for Eric Ten Hag to do is keep our best players for the Premiership and rotate in the Cups.
100%.
That's it. That's what you need to do. And I think he will do that. I think he's learned. I think he's realised himself, Eric Ten Hag, how close he came to being sacked. And I think he's realised, you know what, I've got to adapt to this. I've got to change. So
100%.
we'll see. We'll see. But it's looking good. And Ineos are starting to make moves. They're making moves. Like, we've been a bit impatient. We've been, everyone's like, what Ineos are doing, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're starting to make moves, aren't they? They're making them. So, and they're not. And the good thing about it is they're not going to get mugged off, like Branthwaite. Okay, maybe if we do pay 70 million for Branthwaite, it will be maybe 15 million, 55 up front, and the rest will be add-ons, which is fair enough.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring this to the stage, so for Jay. Jay been talking about this youngster for the longest while. I actually will go into depth on the information about him on Monday, but let me just bring this up. Young Thiago Santos, defender, plays at LOC Lille. In the French league, has been doing very well. He has a goal and 2 assists so far this season. His progressive performances has been really good. He's said to be valued around 15 million euros. But as you know, he's at Lille, and there's been a lot of interest. There's been heavy interest by the likes of AC Milan. So, that fee is definitely probably going to be somewhere in the region of 30. If Manchester United are to go in for him, I'm not too sure how the mathematics of that deal is going to work. Now, while it's not an expensive deal to do, having the competition of AC Milan is going to be quite difficult when there are reports that, the youngster is a fan of Italian football. So it's just one of those things. We're going to have to wait and see how this deal progresses. I have watched a few of his highlights, and I think he's very competent. Another strong presence at the back. He's not Lenny Euro, but if I had to say he's not too far behind, to be honest. You know what I mean?
No, he's not.
Youngsters that knows what he's about.
We've also got Reece Bennett, Mark, as well.
And Jack King, you know what I mean? So I'm always looking at the fact that there's a lot of youngsters, especially in this current crop of the United youngsters who are coming through that, they have a lot of ability and promise. We have defenders coming through, wingers coming through. We have a young striker in Ethan Whitley that's coming through, and then we have a few midfielders. So, we need to look at how it's going. The possible signings, there could be reasons behind certain players we sign. Maybe it's because we want them to not only come in and be a part of the team, but also to help nurture some of the young talent that we have coming through.
That's so it. Yeah. You've got to think of the long-term plan, haven't you? Obviously, there's immediate issues we need to kind of resolve. Now, you can't resolve every one of them, can you? It's impossible. So, like you say, I think we need another midfielder as well. We need to sign Amrabat, and we need another midfielder to go with Kobe, and we need to solidify the defence.
100%.
David Simmons would be a nice cherry on the cake to it. I wouldn't be too bothered about us not signing another striker at the moment. I wouldn't, because I think we could muster more firepower. You know, like if we get Xavi Simons and you've got Højlund and Garnacho, there's enough goals in them three lads right there, like to take through the season.
Hundred
You know,
percent.
touch
And
wood,
you know, you
you
have
don't
that
get
youngster
injuries,
coming
obviously.
through, Peter. We have the youngster coming through that could pick up, 15, 20 minutes here, maybe
Yeah,
start a game if the need be. You know what I
that's it.
mean?
Yeah,
And for a youngster, 6'1", quick, very
yeah,
good, physical. He's a very hungry striker. I think Ethan Whitney deserves his chance. So, but we turn in the stream into a Man United stream, bro. So I wanted to just go back to this because we're literally 12 minutes away from
yeah.
kickoff of the
Derek
first
Buckman.
game, which is Poland versus the Netherlands. So Jay, I feel like you're copying something from my emails, because you see a lot of these youngsters they calling their names, bro. I have them to do on a show on Monday morning from a scout report. So I feel like maybe I should not be saving stuff on the cloud anymore. I will have to work on that. Hope you're having a good one, my bro. But let's just get right back into this because it's the Euros, guys. And yes, we're talking about Manchester United and players across Europe because you know what? We are interested in a lot of different players
Yeah,
that could possibly
Derek
come in
Buckman.
and improve our squad. But this is the starting lineup for Poland, guys. These are the guys. These are what they look like. So if you don't know them, take a gander. The Polish squad seems to be a young team with a few experienced players involved. I would say Bednarek,
Yeah,
Salomon being the most experienced, along with Chesney, as well as Frankowski and Zelensky. You know what? Guys, so it's going to be an interesting watch, Peter. I am excited
it
to see
is. Yeah,
what
I
happens
mean,
at the end of this game because, the Netherlands team is one of the top teams in the tournament. They are heavy favorites to win. So, it's just hopefully,
it'll be.
Poland makes it good.
I mean, I said 3-1 to Holland, but it'd be interesting if Poland score first, how the Dutch react to it. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
just thinking of that top three there: Gapco, Depay, and Simmons. Man,
You want to know something, and I will say this about Gakpo, and a lot of fans might think I'm wrong, but I think Gakpo made a huge mistake going to Liverpool. Yes,
yeah,
Liverpool is a great club. Yes, Jurgen Klopp is a great coach. But I think the way he plays would have suited the way Ten Hag sets up Manchester United and the players at Manchester United a lot
yeah,
more than if he had than Liverpool. So, sometimes it could be a top talent, but the wrong players around you doesn't always make you better, and sometimes
no,
it
it
makes it
doesn't.
harder for you to improve them as a team. But this is the Dutch team, guys. Verbruggen in goal, Denzel Dumfries, De Vrij, Van Dijk, Nathan Aki, Schoten, Reinders, Veerman, Gakpo, Depay, and Xavi Simons, probably soon to be on his way to Manchester United. And it's
Yeah,
just quite interesting, guys, that all three forwards on display today have in some way either had a connection, been to Manchester United, or was
yeah,
linked to Manchester United, guys.
exactly. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
dynamic attacking players. Have you
Hundred
noticed
percent
the key there, Mark? Dynamic
dynamic
attacking
attacking
players.
players. But that's always been one of those things. Those as you can see, guys, Netherlands heavy favorites to win. 55% of the views think that they're going to take this game by storm. This is just a little look of inside the stadium. Guys, that sea of orange, you can see it across about half of the stadium right now in Hamburg. And yes, they are there. The Dutch fans are here to support their team. Memphis Depay getting ready, in his true rapper style, guys. You know
The
what
Dutch,
how he
innit?
does it.
I
And on
was
the
at
other
Wembley
side,
when we stuffed them 4-1 in '96.
you know what I mean. You know,
Benderneck plays for Southampton, Mark. I just Googled him.
yeah, that's what I was
It was,
saying. I know he plays somewhere in England.
yeah, yeah, it was. I remember watching him now in the playoff final for the Premiership with Leeds. That's I couldn't quite place him. What team he played for. For some reason, I thought he played for West Ham, but no, it was Southampton.
All
So
right,
yeah,
and
good
guys,
old Google, eh?
Yeah, good old Google, man. And you know what? Yeah, yo, bro. Technically, no, technically, I wait one
Yeah,
second.
the Dutch.
I live in the Cologne area, my bro. So it's one of those things.
Um,
Maybe I will, take a trip up there. But right now, it's pretty interesting where I'm at. A lot of the English fans are down here, so it's pretty exciting for me because there's a lot of English in the city now. There's always English in the city. Me not play well.
Every Intano clones are in Germany. Go on, England.
Yeah, all the fans. You see all the different national kits all around on the trains lately. It's just so interesting. And guys, as we prepare you to go, you can come back on this channel. It's going to be live in 5 minutes with Poppy
Nice one, guys.
leading the hosting today in the game for Poland versus Netherlands. As so you can get your coverage right here. You can, right after the stream is over, you can go in, smash a like, leave your
Yeah,
comments, leave your score predictions so Poppy can read them out before the game starts. And let's see who gets the score prediction right and
yeah.
who's closest to the mark.
I'll go 3-1 the Dutch.
3-1 for my boy Peter here, and I'm going with the same scoreline, maybe a 3-2. I think Poland has a goal or two in them, and I think their performance is going to come down to heart and effort more than the quality. They have a lot of talented youngsters, by the way, but the Dutch team is very,
Well, you never
very
know.
strong.
You know what, Mark? There's always every Euros. There's always that one team that surprises people, isn't it? You know what I mean? And it could be Poland today. You know,
Could
I
be.
think everyone is going for the Dutch win, but you never know, dear. That's the beauty of football. You just never know, dear.
I put 32. Hold on, yes.
32.
Yeah, I'm gonna correct that.
Mark's
Yeah.
gone Xavi Simmons, giddy.
Yo, smash the likes, people. Don't forget, hit those likes and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us. Me and
Cheers,
Indian.
everyone.
Big
Have a
up
good
to
match.
Indian. He's supporting England. England are playing today in the prime time match of the day at 9 p.m., guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to be covering that game later on. Maybe Tenor will join me in between. Manchester United every day, bro. We rep it. Can't stop. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yali Malmin is saying 2-1 to Holland. Not sure about Coman. He's not sure about Coman. I'm not sure about Coman myself, but you know what? Coman
No.
is a good coach. In some ways, he could have done better in different situations. I think he had a difficult spell when he came to the Premier League, but when he was in Spain, he did really well. When he was in Italy, he did really well. So it's just interesting. Guys, stay tuned as the next stream is about to go online in the next 4
Cheers, all.
minutes. Be prepared, get ready, get your televisions on, get your drinks ready as we are about to see Poland and Netherlands kick off
Mark,
this
are you
Sunday.
ready? It's showtime.
It's showtime, guys. Let's see the Netherlands get in and let's see what it have to be
Come
on
on.
offer for
Big
today.
up,
Let's see
everyone.
how many goals are scored and how are the performances. Big up to all you legends coming in. Big up to Peter joining me today, keeping me company. Compo Smurf, big up to you. J United, Yali Malmin, Sky, big up to you. Thanks so much for smashing a like and subscribing. Jack Hoff in the building. Probably see you in
Jack off.
Hamburg maybe before the
That's it.
Euros are over. You never know. Big up to you, GB. Rod van Nistelrooy. Of course, you can't talk about Dutch if you don't bring in Rod Rude or you bring in Van Persie, because these are the guys that score some of the biggest goals, not only for their clubs, but for their country. Big
Rude.
up to all you guys coming in. Compo Smurf. Euro will be the best centre back in the world in a few years to come. Yeah, he's probably going to be playing for Manchester United too, guys. Stay tuned. The transfer window is about to get really heated on Monday. You're going to get some really exciting news, and you might be getting one or two signings coming into the door.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. Let's get
Cheers,
ready for
Mark.
the.
Cheers, all. See you later.
See you later, guys. We're getting ready for the watch along, guys. Stay tuned right here in the next 3 minutes. About to go live. The watch along. Poland versus the Netherlands. Catch you guys later.
Oh.